Okay, welcome. I'm so glad to be back with you all, and those of you who are joining us in a different time space, who are also here with us in this moment, welcome to you too. Tonight, I want to just talk very, very briefly, and then I want to spend the majority of our time diving into this transformational meditation that I'm going to lead us in. With regard to focus tonight, my intent is to support us in increasing our luminosity, to really open to more and more of our divine blueprint, more and more of our brilliant divine light, so that we are vibrating with that, so that our cells are vibrating with that. There's an experience that we're having. I've been speaking about this each time we've come together, that there is this sort of transformational pull on all of us. And part of that is about sort of old things that are no longer serving us individually, certainly also collectively, but individually sort of loosening and needing to move out, move away, and to make room for our new, more vibrant, more potent selves to come online. And so tonight we're going to be working with that energy in some different ways. One of the ways we're going to work with it is by the invocation of the yellow ray. And to support that, I'm going to be using, I want to show you this, it's so brilliant, beautiful. I'm going to be using citrine, and I'm using it in the form of, let's see if I can bring that closer to the, how does that do that down here? Okay, I don't even know where the where the central point of the camera is, but you can see this just gorgeous, luminous, golden yellow light that is translucent. And the citrine is a carrier of the yellow ray, and the yellow ray is here on this planet supporting us in easily letting go of that which is complete, that which no longer serves, and really opening to what is the new blueprint that is aligned for us at any given moment. So it works even with the, sort of on a body level, it works with the elements that support elimination and integration and assimilation of new. And so that's kind of the frequency that we're working with. The reason we're working with increasing our luminosity, helping to allow the old to fall away, the new to come in, is so many reasons, but I just want to name this one. The more we are vibrating with our divine light, the more we are sort of in that space of our own luminescence, then the greater capacity we have both to move in the world with what we might call right action, right speech, right alignment, and also to support those around us in doing the same. And so from the perspective of co-creation energy, we become like a beacon or a lighthouse that sort of helps to remind people back to who they are. So we enter into the flow state, and then the ones around us kind of get invited into, and they start to move into flow state. And so from the perspective of like, for example, manifestation, there's a lot of talk in sort of the new age-ish culture around manifestation, how we become manifestors. One of the most potent ways we manifest is by being in our own divine frequency, and that becomes a transmission, and that actually supports the ones around us in moving into their divine frequency. It's like a little invitation. It's kind of like when someone smiles and we just can't help but smile. It's like that for our soul. When we're illuminating, then others just can't help to start becoming more luminous themselves. And so this is what we're working with tonight. And we're going to go ahead and dive right in. So I'm going to be transmitting, whoopsie, where'd that go? I'm going to be transmitting to each of you this beautiful citrine. Some is sitting right at my belly, and two are in my hands, and we'll be working with that energy throughout. I'm just going to invite you to close your eyes, to begin to allow your awareness to drop inward. And as you begin to do so, as you begin to just drop in, give yourself permission just for this time, just for this moment, to let go of everything that came before now. And to drop into this now moment. Begin to allow your mouth to rest slightly open. As you do so, you soften the thinking mind. If you find yourself entering into thought forms, just allow yourself to let the mouth soften, let the jaw soften and come back. Feeling the sensations of breath. And begin to make that subtle yet profound shift from taking breath to receiving it. The whole of this universe is vibrating and pulsing inspiration in your direction. And so you pause for just a moment, let there be a gap in breath until you feel that divine inspiration come, and then you allow yourself to open, to deeply receive that. As you feel complete, you allow the letting go of breath to be an offering of that which you are complete with. We live in this extraordinary blueprint where our completed breath nourishes other things and other beings. And so we just allow this process, deep receiving and deep offering. On the next breath you receive, allow yourself to intend not only to receive oxygen and other nutrients, but receive that divine breath of life, receiving the prana, the energy that nourishes your spirit as well as your body. And continue this breathing of receiving the divine breath of life, receiving the prana. On the next breath you receive, intend specifically to receive in the yellow ray. All that's required here is your intention. But if you'd like, you can allow yourself to see this luminous golden yellow light, like the citrine that I showed you at the beginning. This beautiful golden yellow light comes in as you receive breath. And as you breathe out, just allow yourself to let go of any tension and holding. Gently breathing in, receiving that yellow ray. And gently releasing what is complete. We call forth a beautiful pyramid of light made of this yellow ray. To come around our body and our energy field. So that if someone with eyes to see looked at us, they would see us in this glowing pyramid of light. Very large, the apex above the top of our head and the base well beneath us. And as you continue breathing and receiving the prana and the yellow ray, you can feel this pyramid forming, changing very viscerally the energy around and through you. These waves of energy, the yellow ray moves through these wave-like motions, and you can feel it. And we call forth another very large pyramid that goes around the entire space, and we don't even have to know where that is. Between where all of us are that are gathered here and all that will gather with us in the eternal now moment in what looks like another time space. This very large pyramid of yellow ray light amplifies our individual pyramids, and you can feel that happening. Breathing into your heart space. Feeling everyone who's breathing into their heart space with you in this beautiful pyramid of light. And feel how your individual pyramid becomes even more luminous. And therefore your body temple even more luminous. allow this luminous energy to begin to melt away the masks of living, so that you literally almost feel like your face begins to melt. Any tensions that your body has been holding begin to warm in this yellow ray like candle wax and just begin to fall, drip off of you. As these tensions and masks and patterns begin to melt, you start to feel a sense of a core luminosity, your central core. The exact form of the body becomes less clear, but you can feel that stream of energy in the center of your being. And you allow everything to melt around it. Just for now, in this sacred sanctuary of your yellow ray pyramid, all the roles that you play, all the adaptations that you've made to living in this body, they just melt just for now. And the eternal vibrancy that you are, that is not defined by the roles you play or the masks you wear or the adaptations you've made to life. That eternal is amplified and strengthened. And the eternal nature, this luminous being that you are, is deeply tied to the divine blueprint for this particular embodiment, for this particular experience of life that you're having in the body temple that's kind of melted on the base of your yellow ray pyramid. And your eternal nature starts to call the divine blueprint for this embodiment in this exact time. It begins to call that to you. It's really like a magnet as soon as you allow your attention. And that divine blueprint becomes magnetized, and you'll feel the energy descending, touching you at the top of your head. When you begin to allow the divine blueprint to imprint each breath, an invitation to bring in and integrate more of the divine blueprint for you in this time space. Each breath out, a willingness to let the old be transmuted, transformed by the divine blueprint you're bringing in. You might feel this as a swirling of energy, moving around and through your body temple. It feels deeply nourishing, and you allow yourself to receive that nourishment. Each breath calling more of your divine blueprint into your beautiful yellow ray pyramid of light and into your body temple. You'll feel so much of this energy, and you'll just keep breathing and allowing the breath to invite more and more. It's quite tangible, this luminosity of your eternal nature, calling your divine blueprint here into the body temple. And that alchemy feels good. And you soften the jaw as you breathe out. And you allow what is ready to fall away. You just allow it to fall away. And each breath you receive in, you bring in more and more of that divine blueprint, allowing it to imprint the back of the head and neck, the eyes, the nose and mouth, the ears, the throat and the upper chest and the upper back, the heart, the mid back and mid belly, low belly and low back, all the organs in the body, absorbing the light codes from your divine blueprint. The arms and the legs, the hands and the feet. everything in you and the space around you is luminous with the divine blueprint. And as you're allowing yourself to be nourished here, just for a moment, notice all the luminous beings in their yellow ray pyramids of light that are with you. Just feel that energy field as we each do this together. Breathe in the amplification that that awareness generates. If it feels right for you, call to mind someone that's been on your heart or on your mind, either because you just love them so dearly or because you have concern for them or something they're in the midst of, or maybe even because for whatever reason they are really challenging you. Pick one being, bring them into your awareness. Feel your connection with that being. And call forth for them their own yellow ray pyramid of light. You'll feel it. You'll feel it invoked. Perhaps you'll see it. And then invite them to remember their eternal in the same way you remembered yours. And see that their eternal is intimately tied to their divine blueprint for this incarnation, for this experience of body that they're having. And just see their divine blueprint emanating down and sprinkling through their body, washing over and through them, just as yours washed over and through you. See them becoming luminous, bringing your awareness now to your connection to this entire planet. Just feeling your place on her body. And let's together invoke a yellow ray pyramid of light over this entire planet. We'll let the apex be oriented with the North Pole and the base oriented with the South Pole. And we'll see these waves of the yellow ray emanating through and onto our planet. Emanating through and onto every being. And you'll feel for a moment as you come back into awareness of your own pyramid, you'll feel the impact of that, the amplification. And together we'll see that the earth is magnetizing her divine blueprint, which of course is also ours and everyone upon her body. The larger divine blueprint is being magnetized. And these waves of light begin washing, swirling around each being. And the very body of the earth. And you can feel this luminosity amplifying your own. This field of light. That is tangible medicine. As you receive your next breath, imagine that you're receiving for the entire earth the prana, the soul nourishment that all the earth and all beings need. And as you breathe out, imagine that you're letting go of all that we are collectively complete with. Feeling how all the luminosities begin to merge. There's a unified luminosity and you are a part of that. And it's a part of you. And join me in wishing and blessing. May our beloved earth and all beings upon her open more and more to the divine blueprint for co-creation in this now moment. May I myself open to my unique divine blueprint and its position and relation to the larger divine blueprint. May we all receive this yellow ray as sacred and ongoing support for our evolutionary becoming in closer and closer approximations to the divine possibilities. Feeling yourself come back to the womb breath, breathing into the low belly. Breathing out, letting go from the low belly, all that is complete. As you breathe into the low belly, begin to allow all the luminosity to begin to anchor there. And feel that your pelvic bowl, your low belly, your womb space is anchored into the belly of the earth. And you can feel that as she receives prana into her belly, it anchors your belly into her belly. And there's this beautiful holistic respiration between you and the earth and the cosmos. That anchors your eternal light and your divine blueprint. Here, right now, for this exact journey that we are on this planet, at this time, together. You allow all the sensations. You drink in all the nourishment. You give permission for your own transformation in alignment with the divine blueprint that you have imbued yourself with. You give permission for your mind to be changed, your ideas about who you are. From this moment forward, you give yourself permission for radical and rapid transformation in alignment with your divine potential and blueprint, and the divine potential and blueprint of our entire beloved earth. And you notice the beloved, the one that you saw earlier, that you brought to mind. Even if this was someone who's a source of difficulty for you, they are still a beloved, and you can feel the truth of that in this field we've created. Call to mind that beloved. Bow soul to soul. And then see them moving back into their respective life stream, renewed and refreshed from the blessing you bestowed. Taking a little bow, likewise, to the entire earth and all upon her. Acknowledging and then coming back to yourself and feeling a little bow to all the other beings in this co-created transformational meditation. And then finally, a little bow to yourself. A little nod of acknowledgement. Oh yes, this is who I am. And then as you feel ready, very gently bring yourself back. Allow your eyes to open. As you do, I'm going to unmute us. I invite you to, if you feel called, bring your video back online. It's okay if that's not right for you. Somebody's puppy is saying hello. Let's just take a moment and if there's anything that you would like to name from your experience, just for the purpose of your own integration, this is an opportunity to do that. And if not, if the internal space is just where you want to be, that's absolutely fine too. Just making space for what is desired and what serves. All right.
This is Scotty. Can you hear me?
Yes.
That was beautiful. I enjoyed it, and I love each of you. And that's it.
Yeah. There's a very exquisite connection, light connection weaving. I'm sure you can feel that. So just take a minute if you are on video, just connect with each of the beings here visually that you've connected with at the level of soul, just beaming love. We're just beaming love to one another. Amplifying each other's journeys of transformation. Our next meditation would be in 2 weeks, which is Monday the 25th, which is Memorial Day. And so I'm thinking that I will shift it that week to Tuesday, but I haven't decided for sure. So as soon as I figure that out in the next several days, I'll be sending out an email. So look for that. We may do it on this day, but I'm thinking to shift it because I think some people will be in their own way, even though many of us are still in shelter in place. Many will be having holiday, including maybe myself. So we'll see. All right. Have a beautiful couple of weeks. If I don't see or talk to you before that, I'll see you then.
Thank you so much. Blessings.
Blessings. You're welcome.